Good morning, dear friends. Once again, we are going to learn. So, today we are going to look at a different thing. The previous day we looked at published information sources, and today we will not look at that. We shall look at something different. And without wasting any more time, let us go and look at the research question development. We're going to look at the research question development. So, we have the slide here with me. Let us go through it. That we shall look at the introduction to the search strategies first of all. Let's look at the introduction to search strategy today. Okay, then let's see. We are going to look at what is research development. So research development, under it we have the search strategies. Of course, we have to look at the introduction to the search strategies. So what is a research development? Research question is the core query that your project aim to answer. For example, you can be researching about something, but there are some questions you aim at to be answered. Not so, you aim to be answered. So we start by this the structuring. Use framework to ensure your question is neither too broad nor too narrow, whereby you use the comma method, which include the PICO, which stands for population, intervention, comparison, outcome. For clinical or scientific topics, we have the FINA, which stands for the feasible, interesting, novel, ethical, relevant, to evaluate the strength of the what? To evaluate the strength of the topic. So we have the goal to remove from a broad interest to a specific investigation that requires systematic data, systematic data collection. So these are some of the research development. You start by structuring it. You are supposed to develop the question, the core query that your project to do what it is aiming to answer. Then the other thing, we have the keyword identification. Remember, the first one is about the research development, not so. You have to look at the research development, the research questions. Then the other one, the second one, is the keyword identification. Identify the keyword. So the keyword research translates your search questions into language of data collections, because the data collection also has its language, just like we are going to look at it in our next video. So we have the extraction. The extraction breaks your search questions into core concepts, the most important nouns. So the synonyms, we have the alternative terms for the same concept. Then we also have the controlled vocabulary, specialized terms used by specific database, such as the medical subject headings, like we have the mesh, of which you will not understand it, but there is that specialized vocabulary, that specialized term, that when you are to use another term for it, you will not get your answer that you're aimed at getting. So you have to identify that keyword identification in it. Then the other thing we look at the variations, which include the acronyms, abbreviations, and different spellings. We have the different abbreviations that you put in when you are doing when you are developing the search questions. Then the other thing is, we have to look at the database selections. Running your search in the right location ensures you find the most relevant academic literature, because if you put in the right database collection, trust me, you are going to get the relevant academic literature that you're looking for. Just like I told you that in the question that you aim to answer. And when you put in the right database selection, this is what happens to you also. So we have, under the database selections, we have the disciplinary focus. Choose database that match your field of study. Choose database that match your field of study. And the other thing is the subject specific. We have the PubMed for medicine, we have the Physio for info, or for psychology, for Eric, or for as in Eric for education. That is the database that uses education. Then we have the accessibility. Use your institutional library's database finder to access subscription-based resources that may not be available on the open web. Like the one for Gulu University, the APA. Is it the 7th edition? For you run for the 1st edition, really? So you have to look at the database selection. Then we have the interface. We have the different different database. For example, we have the EBS co-host. We have the ProQuest. May offer unique search filter or indexing features even for the same database. So this is what I was talking about, you see. So these are some of the what these are some of the research development skills that you really need to know. You have to look at, these are the search strategies that you have to put at the back of your mind. The first one, what is the research development? The second one, you have to know the keyword identification, and the other thing is the database the database selection. So thank you very much, dear friends, and as brief as this, we meet again in my next video. I love you so much. Bye bye.